John Winters, New Zealand's supermarket sleuth, with this week a look at what's happening in the UK supermarket industry, and particularly starting with the discounters. Following news in recent weeks of new discounters both from overseas and from the UK setting up, it looks as though long-standing discounter Aldi is fighting back. It's looking for hundreds of new sites across the UK to support its store opening programme. The German discounter has been on an expansion drive in recent years, opening on average around one new store a week. Aldi says it's now looking for 420 sites in England, 30 in Wales and 20 in Scotland, as it pushes towards beating its long-held targets of 1,200 stores by the end of 2025. The retailer, now with more than 900 UK stores, says it's looking for freehold town centre or edge of centre sites suitable to develop. Each site should be around 1.5 acres and able to accommodate a 20,000 square foot store with around 100 parking spaces. Kieran Aldridge, National Property Director at Aldi UK, says, "We've been investing in Britain for more than 30 years now, but we know that there are still sites that either don't have an Aldi at all or need another store to meet customer demands. Shoppers are increasingly looking to get unbeatable prices on their weekly shop without compromising on quality. That's why, more so than ever, we are keen to explore an opportunity to open new stores across the country." Areas Aldi is targeting are 100 sites in the southeast, including Brighton, Oxford and Reading, 71 sites in the southwest, including Bristol, Plymouth and Swindon, 54 sites in the West Midlands, including Birmingham, Warwick and Worcester, 61 sites in the East Midlands, including Leicester, Lincoln and Nottingham, 38 sites in the east of England, including Cambridge, St Albans and Hemel Hempstead, 50 sites in the northwest, including Manchester, Liverpool and Warrington, 11 sites in the northeast, including Durham, Newcastle and Sunderland, 35 sites in Yorkshire, including Middlesbrough, Harrogate and Halifax, 20 sites in Scotland, including Edinburgh, Dumbarton and Shotts, and 30 sites in Wales, including Cardiff, Newport and Swansea. So there may be one or another one coming your way very soon. Now, moving to newcomer bricks and mortar Amazon, it's opened its 5th high-tech fresh convenience grocery store in the UK. The Just Walk Out store close to Camden Town, London, joins sites in Canary Wharf, White City and Wembley Park to have opened in recent months. They followed the launch of the online retailer's first physical grocery store outside North America in Ealing in March. The latest Amazon Fresh outlet operates from a former Evans Cycles shop in Chalk Farm Road, close to where Morrison's recently revamped its long-standing supermarket in the area. The store features the same cutting-edge sensor and camera technology, allowing shoppers to place items in their bag and then to automatically be billed when they leave. The global online giant had previously said it plans to open more of the high-tech grocery stores in heavy footfall areas across London and look at other city centre locations. The retailer says it's planning further openings in the Greater London area. Analysts predict it'll want up to 30 outlets in the first phase of its UK expansion before deciding on a wider rollout. Meanwhile, the discount channel in the UK looks set to become increasingly crowded over the next few years as more retailers look to capitalise on its growth potential. One Below, the value-orientated chain launched in 2019 by Chris Edwards, the founder of Pound World, and his son, had revealed it's looking to grow its estate further following a period of rapid expansion. The business has already grown from about 60 stores before the pandemic to 75 now. Speaking to trade publication The Grocer, One Below's MD Chris Edwards Jr. said, "Our target by the remainder of 2021 is to reach 90 stores. We want to achieve 100 stores as early as possible in 2022. The business has been appealing for new store sites via LinkedIn, saying they needed to be between 5,000 square feet and 10,000 in busy high streets, retail parks and shopping centres. The group is currently extending its warehouse in Barnsley to provide additional distribution capacity to support its growth plans. Meanwhile, Mia, the fast-growing Russian food discounter, has revealed further details of its long-term plans. It's already said it's planning to initially open 4 stores in the UK, including 2 in Wales, at Mold and Caldicot, and 2 in the north of England, at Preston and Castleford. It's now published a list of places across the UK where it's looking for sites. According to a report by trade publication The Grocer, Mia has set a target of more than 300 stores in the UK in the next 8 to 10 years. The first in Preston is now set to open in mid-July, a date pushed back from June as it continues to sign up suppliers and fit out the former Nisa site. Mia's claimed the extreme simplicity of its operating model will let it undercut even the cheapest supermarkets in the UK by 20 to 30%, so that's obviously referring to Aldi and Lidl. To keep costs down, goods are sold from pallets with limited in-store services and only a few staff. The product range is a maximum of 1,200, focused on longer life, ambient, chilled and frozen items. Suppliers deliver direct to stores and are expected to offer stock on a sale or return basis. It will be interesting to see how that takes off. That's how newspapers and magazines work. So how it will work with food and beverages, it will take a bold supplier to agree to those terms. Still with the discounters, we turn to Lidl for a different reason. A few weeks after M&S took action against Aldi over its Colin the Caterpillar cake look-alike, Lidl has been told to stop selling a redesigned gin bottle that looks similar to an established brand. At a quarter session in Edinburgh, Lord Clark ruled that the discounter's Hampstead gin breached the trademarks of premium brand Hendrick's. Lidl was told to stop selling the redesigned bottle in Scotland. A report by the BBC revealed that Hendrick's brand owner William Grant & Sons has instructed lawyers to take legal steps after the supermarket had redesigned the Hampstead gin bottles to resemble its own apothecary-style bottle. The legal team is said to have argued that Lidl's redesign changed the colour and look of the diamond-shaped label, making it look like the label used on Hendrick's bottles. It also claimed the bottle was changed to a similar dark colour and contained images of cucumbers, which alluded to the fact that Hendrick's was infused with cucumber. William Grant's lawyers asked for a temporary order to force Lidl to stop selling the redesigned Hampstead gin, saying it could impact sales of Hendrick's gin. Now we turn to Poundland. While not strictly a supermarket, it does carry many products to be found in supermarkets. It's made its new online store available to a potential 2 million customers following the success of initial trials. The discounter said last year it was planning to launch an online store as part of its major transformation program, which has seen the introduction of new product ranges, multi-level pricing and store revamps. Following trials with its staff and selected guests earlier this year, the discounter has initially made its transactional website available to consumers in Birmingham and Walsall postcodes. The online store offers over 2,500 products from a range of Poundland's key categories, including grocery, gardening, health and beauty, DIY, stationery and homeware, with prices the same as those in its stores. The price carries a standard £4 delivery fee on all orders. Poundland is planning a wider rollout beyond the Midlands, but it will first gain some learnings. Last month it debuted its new local format, which it describes as a convenience store without the price premium. Now let's turn and have a quick look at the major supermarket. Sales at Asda continued to improve during the first quarter of this year as it began its separation from its former parent Walmart. The supermarket group has also posted its full accounts for last year, which showed it had made dividend payments worth nearly £3 billion to Walmart amid falling profits. Over the 13 weeks to the end of March, Asda's like-for-like sales, excluding fuel, rose by 7.3% as it benefited from increased demand for food in supermarkets during the third national lockdown. There were also strong non-food sales when other shops were closed. This compares to an increase of 5.1% in the previous quarter and a 2.7% rise in the period before that. Online shopping remained popular. with the group's total digital sales, that's Asda.com and George.com, up 88% year on year. But non-food categories were the star performer. Like-for-like clothing sales jumped 31% and general merchandise sales climbed 39%, driven by demand for outdoor furniture, BBQs and garden accessories. Now we move to Sainsbury's. It says it now has 7 stores operating under its new neighbourhood hub format. The group began rolling out the concept last year following limited trials. The outlets are a food-led extension of its present convenience offer, but in a larger format, which is around twice the size of a standard Sainsbury's local. They have a broader range of locally tailored products and services across food, beauty, clothing, seasonal and general merchandise. The format is said to cater to the shifts seen throughout the pandemic towards longer shopping missions. Also, most feature an Argos click and collect facility where customers can collect their online orders whilst picking up their groceries. From Sainsbury's we go to Tesco, and it's all about availability. This is high on the list of shoppers' criteria. We don't want empty shelves, now known as OOS in the industry, which is out of stocks. The UK's largest supermarket group has retained its position as the best supermarket for product availability, having recovered from its shelves being stripped bare during the height of the pandemic-related panic buying and pre-Brexit stockpiling. Annual results from the Grocer 33 study showed Tesco achieved 95.9% availability this year from 93.5% last year. That's a result to be proud of. In these uncertain times, Waitrose came second with 93.4%, while Morrison's were the worst at 90.9%. The Grocer 33 also named Waitrose as having the best customer service amongst the major multiples over the last year, while Asda again came top on price. Asda scored the cheapest basket on 33 out of 50 weeks. However, when Aldi and Lidl featured 3 times in the survey, they were always the cheapest. Naturally, you might say that's comparing chalk and cheese. Now, not a lot of people may know this, but Tesco's been exporting its own labelled products for many years. They can be seen in all sorts of countries. By the end of the year, but the end of the road is in sight. It began the process of winding down its international wholesale business. The move was first reported by trade publication Retail Week, which said Tesco plans to close the operation down completely by the middle of next year. The retailer said the unit had performed well in 2020, but having considered its scale and the future growth potential, it has made the decision to give it the chop. Tesco's own label business has been in operation for about a decade and sends products to around 20 partners in countries like Australia, Saudi Arabia and across Europe. Now we have some takeover news again. This time it's Morrison's, which could be next in line after Asda, and there's an interesting factor here which will come clear as I reveal all. US private equity firm Clayton Dubilier and Rice CD&R is expected to push ahead with its pursuit of Morrison's, even though an initial offer has been rejected. Reports suggest the UK's 4th largest supermarket chain could also attract bids from other companies, including Amazon. It's been revealed Morrison's had last week rebuffed a preliminary takeover bid worth just over £5.5 billion from CD&R. After the news broke, the Bradford-based retailer issued a statement saying the 230p a share cash offer significantly undervalued its business and future prospects. Morrison's share price has fallen over the last year after the profits took a hit from additional costs related to operating during the pandemic, which cancelled out the benefits from booming sales. Under the UK's takeover rules, CD&R has until July 17 to make a firm offer or walk away. A report by the Financial Times, quoting people close to the transaction, their quotes, said the private equity firm remains interested but plans to wait to gauge investor reaction and signs of any political pushback before deciding its next steps. Now listen to this. Among CD&R's advisors is none other than Sir Terry Lee, the former chief executive of Tesco. A takeover would reunite him with Morrison's chairman Andrew Higginson and chief executive David Potts, both of whom worked with Sir Terry at Tesco. Is this the dream team on coming together to drive Morrison's up the charts? We'll obviously watch to see how this situation develops. And before I go, just a little explanation of me and why I do this. Well, I've been a journalist for many years, and most of them in the UK, but I migrated to New Zealand in 1999 and started working as an editor of a trade publication for supermarkets, and then I moved to a similar magazine doing the same, and then a newspaper and that carried on until 2011, and then I sort of semi-retired and wrote a book about supermarkets and how they work. And I decided I'd write the book simply because I had a lot of knowledge up here, and I was concerned that it would eventually go, and therefore I need to put it onto paper and get it published to give people a reference about how supermarkets work. So I've got a lot of contacts in the business, and I also have a good friend in the UK who publishes a newsletter that goes out to people in the supermarket business, and that gives me an insight into what's happening in other parts of the world outside of New Zealand. So that in a nutshell explains. I also have a segment on a radio program on a Saturday morning called Weekend Life, and that is published on my Facebook page, Supermarket Sleuth Magic Talk New Zealand, on a Saturday, sometime on a Saturday after the Saturday morning show. And I also have another Facebook page which is Checkout, in which I read every part of my Checkout book. So if you're interested in it and would be interested to hear what it's like, go to my Checkout page and then scroll back and you'll find where it starts. That's it for now. Have a great week. Bye.